Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the kamikaze?
What it do, jive turkeys, and welcome back to the controversity. I'm your host, Elliott-Carter, and for some reason today, I am talking about coons. Do you know what a coon is? I'll give you the example of what a coon is. It's that creature from the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Rocket. That's a coon, right?
What?
I'm just kidding, don't hurt me. So, a lot of us know what coons are, and it's a derogatory term for a black person, and it sucks that we use this term because it was actually like the N-word. It was like what white people used to say about us. It was another derogatory racial term to degrade us, but we have adopted it kind of like we did with the N-word. Not a fan of that, by the way, but we have adopted it and used it to classify people that just go up and beyond and just sell out to the man. And for example, you know, there's some rappers that do that, there's some sports players that do that, there's some political figures that do that, you know, there's just people that just do it for the clout and stuff like that because we give them the unnecessary attention.
You know what I'm, look at my African American over here, look at him. Are you the greatest?
But there's some amazing portrayals in pop culture that I would love to dive into. So this video is all about the best coons of all time, the greatest coons of all time, the greatest coons of all time. I guess. How would you say that? I don't know. First, I'm going to start with Steven from Django. He doesn't take kindly to niggas on nags, and he will burn any sheet that a black man has slept on. Man, this dude's nose was so far up Candy's ass, he was basically the stick to the lollipop. Steven was the punchline for years of anybody that was acting coonish. They're like, alright, okay, Steven from Django. You know, that's what we did. That was a pop culture name that we gave to people that was acting like that. And on a personal note, Sam Jackson's performance was, to me, Oscar worthy in my opinion. Like, you could feel the anger and jealousy in his performance every time he looked at Django. And also that scene when you saw him cry when his master died right in front of him, that was like pathetically brilliant. Just the way he portrayed that. You could tell he genuinely loved and cared for this white man. Like, he was God to him. And yeah. So yes, I'm not, you know, white people can be cool to an extent, but there's no need to be all up their asses like that. It's just unnecessary. Let's have our own thoughts. We could do things without them. Next is probably my favorite coon of all time. This is Uncle Rukus, no relation. This man wakes up at 4:45 a.m. every morning, which is about 12 hours before a lot of black people does, he says. And he thanks white Jesus every day for the sun, the land that he walks on, and the air he breathes. He also apologizes for black people because Lord knows they are not going to apologize for themselves. He mentions many times that he has revitiligo. Revitiligo is the opposite of what Michael Jackson has. He likes to put bleach on his skin to make himself feel a little bit better. Man, listen, the first time I ever watched the Moondocks was like when it premiered. I was going through the channels and I landed on this like black anime looking thing. I was like, this is different. So I'm just listening. It was abnormal, and then I just see this weird cockeyed black man on stage singing "Don't Trust Those New Niggas Over There," and he says, I like how he does his intro too. He gets on stage all drunk and he's like, hey, listen, I just made this song up, sing along if you know the words. And I was like, my mind just blew up. I was like, what did he just say? And he just sings this song about not trusting black people. And I was like, this is something different. I cannot keep my eyes off this man, and I am laughing my ass off. This is the funniest cartoon I've ever seen. This is amazing. And this clip right here pretty much sums up why black people love Uncle Rukus.
Complain about a shortage of black men. Well, clearly you hadn't checked jail.
Jail? I can't do any better than jail?
Oh, now you too good for jail, is that it? A jail nigga was good enough for mama, but not good enough for you, huh?
Ruckus, stop. Debbie, don't listen to him. He's half retarded. He's only got one eye.
No, Robert, I'm doing this for your own good.
Robert, your friend is too funny.
What?
I mean, his views are obviously reprehensible, but there's just enough truth to make me examine myself in a critical light. Plus, he's hilarious and thus oddly likable.
Huh? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you as well.
Last but not least, man, I think this is the most famous coon of all time. This one right here. Oh boy, I think I quote this guy like at least 50 times a week. Clayton Bigsby, the blind, black, white supremacist. Let's make one thing clear. He is in no shape or form involved in any negative. This man is so racist that he divorced his wife for being a nigga lover. That's right. Clayton Bigsby. Yes. I remember when this came out, I was in 6th grade. This was the first episode of Chappelle Show, season 1, episode 1, the last skit on the episode. He even was like skeptical of premiering the skit because he knew how outrageous it was. But Dave Chappelle, he did a really good job portraying such a lost soul. You know, the guy didn't know he was even black, but just being a product of your own environment. You know, like, it was all for jokes and stuff like that, man. The only thing I guess I don't like about this sketch is just because it gave a lot of white people reasoning to say the N-word just because they were repeating the things he said. Which, I mean, I wasn't feeling that. I didn't like that, but at the same time, I was laughing too. I can't even lie. Like, the betrayal, just everything. Just, you've never seen anything like that on television. Like, the balls. This man put a Klan outfit on and had a Klan rally just saying the most absurd things like, Colonigas rise, sounds like a Mexican diss. Maybe we should send her to Mexico so the Mexicans can eat her white power. Like, I could quote everything from this skit. So funny. So funny. It's just, I don't know, man. Chappelle is he's just on another level when it comes to his comedy. And who the fuck thinks of shit like this? But yeah. Let me know in the comments, who do you guys think the greatest coon of all time is? I personally think Uncle Rukus is, just because, he's educational with his, should I say. He makes you think a little bit. But at the same time, the funniest probably is going to be Clayton Bigsby. But the best performance probably has to be Sam Jackson as Steven from Django. Let me know in the comments who's your favorite coon of all time, pop culture wise. As for live action, like reality coons, just stay away from those guys. They'll give you a headache.
Help keep your brother out the streets. Subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel. Love, peace, and chicken feet.
Selfish, but my OG told me, and everything I love the most ain't always good for me. I know I'm not the one to know.